Hello friends and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Deepa from DeeZinesByD and today I am sharing 3 cards that I made with the new retro Christmas card kit from Scrappy Tails Crafts. So I have been making a storm of cards with this card kit lately and I couldn't help but make another video for it. So today I'm going to be focusing on the stencils that come with the kit. Now you can see there's all of these other products, dies, some more stencils and stamps and pattern paper and also some embellishments that come with this kit. I am going to be using those to kind of build these cards up, but I want to focus on the stencils for now. I'm going to be using some Nuvo Glacier paste. That one is rose petal, then we've got sea sprite, and then I'm also using some lunar paste in silver lining. Now I went ahead and I actually stenciled these ahead of time, so you can see how that pink one turned out there. It looks gorgeous. The sea sprite, just as gorgeous. The shine on those Nuvo Glacier paste are amazing, and then the silver lining on that darker background is just stunning. So those are the 3 cards or backgrounds that I'm going to be making cards with today, but just for the sake of showing the actual stenciling part, I am going to stencil one more background. Now I'm not going to end up creating with this background because I am making this video in real time, and meaning that as I mentioned, I had already prepared those stencils overnight, and this one is going to have some time to dry, so it's not going to be ready in time for me to complete the video. So I'm just using some more, I think this is Moonstone, and this is just glitter paste from Nuvo. So there is a big difference in the Glacier paste and the Nuvo glitter paste. So the glitter paste, it has a lot more grit. You can feel that glitter as you're spreading it on your stencil. And then the Glacier paste is just a lot smoother. It's got a shimmer instead of glitter to it, which still gives you that beautiful shine, but it's a lot smoother. So as a result, you'll see here when I remove the stencil, it has a lot of dimension. So the glitter paste, because it's got that grit, has extra dimension to it, and you can see that there. And then the Glacier pastes are a lot more flat because they don't have that extra level of dimension with the grit from the glitter. Now, moving on, that's just some simple stenciling. Nothing to it, I just wanted to include it since this video does focus on stenciling. That's all I did for the other 3 panels. Just took the paste, put it through the stencil, remove the stencil, and make sure you clean your stencil well with just some plain water. I don't even use a soap. It comes off if I clean it right away. And then I let those panels dry overnight just to be sure they're dry. They probably don't need to dry overnight. They probably just need like a good 3 or 4 hours. And now I'm grabbing a bunch of different elements to kind of put together the first card. So the first card, I'm using that sea sprite background. And I'm actually using some arch dies from the Greetery. Now, arches, the shape is really in style lately. I'm noticing it coming out from all craft companies, and I absolutely love it myself. So I'm using a larger arch to cut out a card base and that snowflake background. Here, all I've done is I folded a card base, just a normal A2 size card base, and this is the largest die from that set, which works perfectly. I've kind of just got the die hanging off the edge where the fold is so that it doesn't cut it there. And then once I put it through my die cutting machine, I've now got an arch-shaped card base. So now I can attach the arch, the larger arch that I made from the stencil background. And then I've also got those 2 extra arches from mirror cardstock and from one of the pattern papers from the kit. So now all I'm going to do is just grab whatever I feel that is going to work with this card. So there's this star stamp as part of the stamp set in this kit, and it's got a snowflake in the center. So of course this matches perfectly with the snowflake background that we've got going on this sea sprite, or like this light green card. Is it light green? I see it's like a sea foam green or blue. Anyways, it's a really nice color, and it actually goes well with the kit because it has that color in, if you look at the pattern papers, it has that same kind of tone. So that's why I chose that color. It works well with the color scheme in the kit as well. So I didn't just haphazardly pick colors. I picked stuff. I picked paste, like glitter paste, the Glacier paste, that were going to match the rest of the kit as well. So there are 2 main sentiments in that stamp set. There's Season's Greetings and then there's Merry Christmas. The Merry Christmas has more of a scripty font, and it's a little smaller. So I went ahead and I heat embossed that with some silver embossing powder. And now I'm just using the coordinating dies to cut out the sentiment and that star from that mirror cardstock. Now, I have all of the supplies listed in the description below. There's a supplies list. There's also a link to the Scrappy Tails store so you can get a hold of this card kit, which is still available. But that mirror cardstock is actually from the Tim Holtz craft mirror cardstock paper pads, and I think I got this one from Simon Says Stamp. It looks absolutely gorgeous. They have like two packs. One has more like jewel tone colors and the other one has lighter colors, which is what this color is from, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. It shines nicely and it works really well with the color scheme we have going here with this card. So now I'm just assembling the card. I've gone ahead and I've attached the stenciled background to the card base. I'm now adding the two other arches, which is the mirror and that snowflake pattern paper. And then I'm going to add that star in the middle. Now I was going to add the star in the middle and then put the sentiment right in the middle of the star. But I always have a problem with this, and it's totally me. I don't like covering up that snowflake. I just think it looks so pretty. So what I'm going to end up doing is just moving that star up a bit and putting the sentiment just below. And you can see that I've used a lot of foam adhesive on this card because I just love that extra dimension. So it's up to you. You don't have to use the extra foam adhesive. Maybe you want to make the card a little more inexpensive. You don't have as much. You don't want to use all your foam. That's totally fine. You can make the card work for you. So the next card I'm making it's got one of my favorite pattern papers from this kit. I love those cute little penguins in this kit. They're absolutely adorable. The pattern paper is so fun with the pink and the pink snowflakes in the background, which is why I chose it for this card because it works so well with the pink the glacier paste snowflakes. And on the stamp set, there's also like a couple little penguins in there too that you can use to add more elements to this card or to any other card that uses this penguin pattern paper. Now, I also use some Spellbinders dies. So these are just diamond shaped dies. You could use any diamond shaped dies that you have to cut out some more pink mirror cardstock to go with this card, and then some to cut out the penguin pattern paper. Now I've gone ahead and stamped out the season's greeting from the stamp set, and I've also got that cute little penguin. Now I got a little bit lazy, and that sometimes happens when you're crafting, especially for me because I'm so impatient and want to get to the finished card to see what the final look is. So I kind of just grabbed the Copics that I have lying around in front of me and colored in the penguin, and you can see that penguin just looks like it was sitting in the sun tanning bed a bit too long and got completely orange. So I went and I kind of cut through my laziness and grabbed all of my Copics and picked the proper colors to color in the correct penguin, which is the one on the right hand side. So now I've taken the coordinating dies and I've cut out the sentiment and that cute little penguin, so I can go ahead and start assembling my card. Now, I was going to attach the smaller diamond with the pattern paper to have like a complete border around the edge, but I thought I'd do something a little different and just have more of a border near the top left and a smaller border on the other two sides, and then no border at all on the fourth side. Just a little bit of fun, a different placement of your a different way to do your matting on your cards. I just thought it would give it a different look. So I'm just attaching it off to the right side there and cutting off the overhanging piece. And then I'm going to attach the season's greeting at the bottom left. And the reason why I moved that diamond over rather than having it be the focal point is because I wanted the little penguin to sit on top of the season's greetings sentiment. And if I had kept that the diamond in the center, and I put that penguin on top, it would have kind of been lost in that pattern paper background. So now we're done with that card. Now I'm setting the cards aside and I will be embellishing all of them at the end. You might be wondering, oh wow, she must have overcome her need to embellish everything. Well, no, that did not happen. I'm still embellishing it. I'm just leaving the best for the end. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and work on the last card here. I've got some red cardstocks that I picked from the pattern paper pack, and I thought that the red went well with that navy blue background and the silver stenciling of stars on that last background we have left. I've cut out all of the presents. These presents come from the Christmas tree die set. So there are two Christmas tree die sets. One has more of that retro look, and then the other one has a bit more of a realistic look. So it's from the realistic looking pack, and that pack has like a few dies made for cutting out these presents. It's got a die to cut out the bows, and it's also got a die to cut out the little strips there that wrap up the present. So I've cut out 8 of these presents in total. And I'm just going to go ahead and assemble these with the little bow. You can see on the round top present, you have more, like the bows are a little different. There's like a straight edge to the bow that goes on the square present, and it has more of a round edge at the bottom that goes on the round edge present. Now that I've got all of those done, I actually have this Hexi Gem gold mirror cardstock that I'd cut out from a previous project that I didn't use. I thought it would work perfectly here and kind of tie in the gold from the presents. And then all I really need for this card is a sentiment. So I'm grabbing the smaller die, which has that "We wish you a Merry Christmas" sentiment. It's actually really nice and will fit perfectly in that gold mirror cardstock panel. So I'm just cutting it out of some black cardstock. I'll get all the little bits out, and I'll also cut it out of some white cardstock. And I'm just going to layer these on top of each other. This is my trick. This is Artist Tack Permanent Dry Adhesive. What it is it's got 2 sheets here. One side has tackiness to it. The other side is just a release paper. You put your die cut in, you kind of press it down, it picks up the stickiness and turns into a sticker. It just makes it easier for more intricate die cuts like this to stick them together, especially if you're sticking it on top of glitter cardstock, which you know is harder to stick down with liquid glue. I've gone ahead and put this together, and then just to make the adhesive stick permanently, you kind of burnish it a bit, and then you're good to go. Now that dry adhesive pack is like a godsend. It's lasted me about 2-3 years. I haven't even used everything in it, and it really comes in handy for small die cuts, especially if you're doing paper piecing like you tend to do with the Scrappy Tails products. So now let's go ahead and put our card together. I'm going to put that mirror cardstock panel right in the center. I've already attached the blue stenciled card panel to the card base. I did cut it down a bit so that I could get a bit of a border around the edge. I normally would take out my tiny squares of foam adhesive to attach the sentiment, but I thought, hey, I attached the gold panel with some foam, so I think that's enough dimension. So I just adhered this flat onto that panel. And I'm just arranging these presents here, arranging it around the edge to kind of just build up the look of this card. Now, as I said, I cut out 8 of these, and then I lost one of them as I was putting this card together. So I do show you 7 presents that I attached to this card, but you'll see in the final card I found that 8th present and attached it a bit later on. So now that I've positioned everything where I want, I can kind of decide, okay, I've got two types of square foam adhesives. One is a little bit thinner, the other one's a bit thicker. So I can decide which presents I want to stick up a little higher, which ones I want to go behind the panel, and so on and so forth. And then it's just really a matter of just getting these attached to the card. So once I've got all of the presents attached to the card, then I can go and do my most favorite part, which is the embellishing. So if you didn't know, Scrappy Tails, I'm sure you know by now if you have been watching my videos, they have a ton of embellishments available in the store. It has been like that since last Christmas, and I have so many of them, as you can see here. I like to kind of grab them all out and just pick and choose which ones are going to work with my cards. These 2 here are the 2 that come with the kit. You've got some aqua gems and then some green and red. I am going to opt for some other gems from the past releases for the We Wish You a Merry Christmas card. And as you can see, I just added a bunch of white pearls. I've got some, what do they call, like AB? They shine like all the colors of the rainbow, those little gems. And then I've also got some snowflakes that I've added to this one, which really just enhances that background. Now for that arched card with that Sea Sprite Nouveau Glacier paste, I'm adding those aqua gems that come with the kit. They just work so perfectly with this color scheme and the rest of the kit. And then for my pink penguin card, I'm adding a bunch of pink pearls, some gold pearls, and then you've also got some AB. Again, they shine the color of the rainbow, those little pink gems. And those are my 3 cards made with the Retro Christmas Card Kit by Scrappy Tails Crafts. So as I mentioned, all of the links to the store for supplies are all linked within the description below. I hope you guys have liked this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And please do come back next time as I'll have some more inspiration with Scrappy Tails Crafts. Bye!